By now, you probably have heard about Donald Trump's prospective cabinet picks and other appointments that have caught some people off guard. Now, Trump picked a Fox News host as his Secretary of Defense, a Russian sympathizer as Director of the National Intelligence, a man with no experience in health and human services to be Secretary of Health and Human Services, and a credibly alleged pedophile to be the U.S. Attorney General. Now, some of their names I'm familiar with, and some of their names I'm not familiar with, but the federal government has become such a shit show that their names of these clowns in the circus don't deserve space in my memory bank. So I'm not planning on memorizing any names, but if you care that much about their names, you can look them up yourself. I'm only mentioning them because for a certain reason, and here's why. I'm not sure why some people are surprised by Trump's cabinet picks so far, because dang near everybody from his previous administration said hell no to working with him ever again in life. And to hear some of them tell it, it was like working at an adult daycare center where they had to prevent the big ass babies from killing themselves and us. So it's expected that the biggest baby of them all now wants to surround himself with complicit babysitters like the aforementioned. Now, we know who Trump is. We knew who Trump was. Yet a majority of the American people voted for him to have a second term anyway. Y'all bought a broken item, now you have to keep them. It's standard operating procedure that prospective cabinet members and anybody else working with and around the White House pass background checks, and prospective nominees are supposed to pass Senate confirmation. But Trump hired another company to run background checks instead of the FBI. And get this, Trump plans to bypass Senate confirmation hearings by doing back office deal with some Republicans that would have senators to take a recess immediately after his inauguration in January. And that way, Trump plans to appoint people without Senate confirmation. Now, these non-confirmed people, they could stay in office in their place for up to 2 years, performing whatever clown tricks Trump tells them to do, getting paid and getting all the benefits. So, you know how in your infinite wisdom, you try to prevent people from becoming crackheads, but they end up turning into crackheads anyway? Well, this is one of those times for America. Apparently, we as a country have to hit rock bottom before we admit this is who we are. What will that bottom look like, though? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing I know for sure, if for some people making America great again means trying to disenfranchise certain Americans, taking away their rights that they deserve, that their forefathers have fought for, and that we exercise every day, just like any other American, if it means a return to the time that when certain people could speak to or treat others any way that they want with impunity, just know that the blood that could be shed might be somebody else's that you didn't think of. To find out more, this is short today, just wanted to put that out there. And I'm sure that there's going to be more information about the other cabinet picks and other administration people coming up. But this is what's going on. We just have to push through, be ready for it. When somebody, as I think Maya Angelou always said, when somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. And if you don't, you suffer the consequences. So we're about to suffer the consequences, or at least some of us are, as a whole, as Americans, we're about to suffer the consequences. But that doesn't mean that we won't live through it. But it certainly means that we have to be ready for whatever. You have to act accordingly, and be ready to let people know that whoever they thought they were, they might be, but you are not who they think you are if they want to come and encroach upon your space and your rights. Just be ready to find out more about the things that I care about. You can go to the written version of my journal. That's at eurweb.com.